Hi, Jasmine.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So happy to talk to you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, you have a lot to talk about. I know you are an award-winning journalist, TV. You're all the things, which I love because, I love the Black Girl Magic. But what I am most excited about is to learn more about To Altadena with Love, which I saw as a 5-part docuseries podcast, basically, that is going to focus on the devastation of Altadena, but the people as well. Now, anyone who's not been under a rock has seen and heard the devastation that happened regarding the fires here in Los Angeles. But you got the opportunity to see the devastation firsthand. Tell me what it was like for you and what it has done to you to this day.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. So, as every other journalist or reporter, I went to Altadena for a story, right? I went there to see the devastation firsthand, to look around. But what I saw, I was not prepared for. It looked like a war zone in the middle of, a suburb of Los Angeles. It just was unbelievable. But what touched me even more was the people. So when I started talking to someone, I realized that this was more than just a fire that had ravished a city. It had torn down a community. It had almost threatened to erase history. And so I wanted to dig a little bit deeper, and I wanted to speak with the people. And so I began doing, I would call them firsthand accounts of residents and their stories and what happened to them that night, and just documenting, from beginning to end, what happened and how they remembered Altadena. And what I learned was this was a rich community of people who knew each other, who loved each other, who had fought systemic barriers like redlining to even exist in this neighborhood. And I wanted to go deeper, and I wanted to tell that story, and I wanted other people to hear it, because I think there is something happening right now. I feel like I'm documenting modern history right now.
And actually you are. I mean, when you consider a lot of the stories that were shared on social media that allowed people like myself who did not know the rich history of Altadena and the potential of the loss of it after the devastation because of the fires. And so to be able to see this and see the devastation, I can only imagine what it must have felt like to walk those streets and have conversations with some of these people. Tell us about what that was like and who touched you the most.
Yeah, thank you for asking that question, because I think what happened to me is when I went there, I was able to walk with the people, talk with the people, and what it did for me was it humanized these stories, So it was very important to me to go there and to do that, because I think with so much happening, right, and the news cycle changing, and every day there's something else. But what's important is to remember that their lives, the community of Altadena, their lives were forever changed. And if we can just bring a little bit of care and compassion to their stories, we can always keep them in our hearts and share space and watch and help, so that they get the resources and the rebuilding insurance and all the things that they need to continue to thrive in that community.
And Mimi, I think something that you said so important there when you talk about to remember and the news cycle changing so fast. I think sometimes, we forget that these people still have not received insurance. Some of them may not get it. Some of them may not have had the money to rebuild. And now you see the situation where, I call them vultures, because that's what they are, coming in and swooping in and, giving them less than what the property was worth. And, they still have to move on. And you're right, hearing these stories does humanize them, because we do remember that these people are still struggling, not only with what they have lost physically, but the emotional turmoil that they must be going through, looking at empty lots and looking at, maybe a rose bush that, maybe they planted in honor of someone that's now gone. I think these things are so important, in the fact that you thought it was important enough after seeing it yourself to do this 5-part series that I think is going to be incredible. And I think it is going to be long lasting. And I think what you're doing, Mimi Brown, is incredible. To Altadena with Love, the 5-part docuseries podcast. Make sure you check it out on all podcasts available. And Mimi, congratulations on this. And thank you so much for caring enough and being human enough to allow it to touch you, to move you to action, because it's so important. Thank you so much for stopping by and speaking to us. We really appreciate it. And congratulations again.
Thank you for having me.